So what pair are you trading? Like,
I've been hopping around with pairs to be honest, but I mean, I've been finding some consistency with EU recently. So I've been trading EU and gold.
all right. So like what account size, like account balance are you usually around?
I'm around like 500.
All right. And shoot, like what's the main time frame that you're usually analyzing off of?
Uh, H4 and like I be finding structure on H4 most of the time. Yeah, H4 and daily.
H4 for which pair? For EU?
Yeah, for EU, and then for gold, I look at H4.
Also, both of them. Cool. I got somebody else that's gonna join too. Both of y'all have the same thing. I'm about to spank this nigga. Yeah. All right. So $500 account size. What lots are you doing?
And I sometimes I'd be over leveraging for real. So I'd be like point 0.3, point 0.3, point 0.5. It varies usually depending on how I feel.
Okay. Yeah, that's a bet. So I'm just like covering some certain things. Uh, just trying to get a base of like what type of trader you are. So what are you like? Do you usually scalp? Like how many pips? Like do you have like a pip goal?
Nah, I don't have a pip goal, but I don't scalp. I usually try to go from like I'll try to catch a move from zone to zone.
Oh, what's good, Jay? His audio connected. But yeah, you say you'll try to catch a zone to zone.
Yeah.
So how long have you been trading?
It's August, so 4 months now.
Smooth. And you like base most of your trading style off technicals and fundamentals.
Technicals.
What's up, Jay? You can hear me, bro?
It's good, bro. Yeah, I'm here.
Bro, I just got a couple questions I want to ask you, bro, before we get started. Like, what pairs everything you trading, bro?
I'm on Gold, GJ, US 30. That's it. That's the most like the three pairs that like I'm on right now.
All right. And what account size are you usually around, like larger balance?
$1,000 account.
$1,000 account.
Yeah.
Okay. And like basically, what time frames are your main analyzing time frames?
I start from the daily, then I work my way down to like the 30. I try to stay away from the five the 1, the 5, and the 15. So for some
So
reason.
you analyzing basically off of every inning, and then mostly your entry time frames is like in 30 and 5.
Yeah.
All right. And then are you based mostly around like technicals too? I know that you use group and everything, so it's like you base more around technicals and quarter points and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So how long you been trading them?
5 months now.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. And what lot size are you usually doing with that account size, with that account balance?
Well, it's different between US 30. US 30, I try to stay like a 0.2 or 3.
Okay.
And go, I try to stay like a 0.20 to like 25. I try not to go higher. I mean, if I could go higher, if I feel confident enough, I go higher. You feel me? But I stay around there.
Okay, that's cool. And like far as consistency, do you feel like out of like 100%, what would you feel like your consistency rate is?
I say like a 75.
75 consistency.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real.
All right. And what about you, bro? What about you?
I'll say
How you pronounce your name, Brody?
Yadiel.
Yadiel. All right, good, good, good. So, what would you say your consistency rate is?
I'll say about like 60.
About 60%. Okay, that's
Ah,
smooth.
yeah, 60-50. Yeah.
That's smooth. All right, so what we're gonna do now, like basically, I'm gonna hop on my charts. You know what I'm saying, and I'm gonna go over, EU, gold, a little bit of DJ, and some US 30 stuff, and just pretty much show you all. My bad. Pretty much show you all like how I view the market. You know what I mean, and like things that I look for, and just overall direction and things like that. And then we'll probably do like talk about like some mindset stuff, and then after that, that'll probably be smooth.
All right.
All right. And then even if y'all want to show me some stuff that y'all got and want to work on, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? So just let me know at any time. All right.
All right, bet.
Smooth. I'm not sure much. I don't trade Euro USD. Mainly, I trade, you know, US 30. And I haven't really been on like forex pairs like that. Um, US 30 been good to me. So, but usually, what I like to do with any pair, of course, start from the highest time frame I possibly can, and just try to get my overall direction. Also, try to get, my overall trend and structure wise, so I know exactly what I'm looking for when I start to move down on lower time frames. Okay, so first thing I like to do is just, always like, just understand what my structure is. And clearly, like, we can see that we're on a downtrend here because we're making, lower lows, lower high points. But mainly, what's most important is the fact that we're making lower high points. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, mainly y'all can see that, you know, it's lower high points that's being made within this market. Um, So we've been on a downtrend, right? And as you can see, we also have, lower low points as well. So just trying to figure out, where we're at far as structure wise is what I like to do. Uh, just from current information, you know. After that, like, I can go to my line chart as well, and just figure out basic support and resistance just based on points and situations that happen over and over again, where certain price points are being respected. Um, those price points, like I like to start, around current price. So it's like I'm not gonna be like way up here because current price isn't up there. So I like to stay within the area of like current price, and I'll just like take like a solid line, and try to find certain situations in the market where I feel like price points have been respected, and like areas that I'm talking about are these kind of areas like right here where you see the market respected this point right here uh, as some part of resistance, and then like right here some point of support. Right. And even if we go back to like our candlestick chart, you'll be able to see like, this area was tested multiple times in the past, so it's a well respected area. So areas like these is where you can take advantage and understand, where price points are going to be rejected and capitalize at those certain price points, if you're in tune with the market and able to adapt, right? Um, so yeah, so like I'll do that. I'll go back to my line chart stuff and just find certain situations within current price, where I see price was respected. Especially with this being like the highest time frame. This is my highest point of support and resistance, so I can expect a lot of data manipulation around those certain points. And like I said, if you just want to check and see, certain points that's respected, you know, you can also see that. All right. And it's important to like take your time. You kind of want to take your time when you're doing this, so that way you're lining up with certain points right here, like support, certain points right there, certain points of support right there, parts of resistance up there, you know, like that, and just so that way you don't have to do them over and over. You can just be accurate, like the first time, right? So just for the sake of time, and you don't want these areas to be like too big, too wide, or anything like that. But just as long as you can understand what's going on within this current area that you're going to be working in, and understand where price was, so that way you can kind of anticipate where price will be going as well. All right, so like areas like this, it's respected, respected, respected. You can find another area along in here as well. See, respected right here, just so you can see. All right, respected right here. All right, so once I got my main areas that I know I'm working with, and I understand the trend that I'm in, lower highs, like I said, lower highs, lower lows down here. You can even use your Fibonacci tool to get a bigger projection, you know, and just understand what you're working with within certain markets. So you understand that the market respected 50% on your monthly time frame. Since then, you still had a break of support that happened. It came back and did 100% retrace based off of this move, based off this retracement. But at the same time, you understand that you're still on an overall downtrend as far as that monthly time frame. So once you know that, you can look for like certain monthly trendline opportunities as well. If it helps with your bias, um, based off of the top of this week. Try to get this a little closer. So like market price. So yeah, based off of these wicks as well. So it's point A, point B into the future. And you kind of have like some type of break that's happening right now. But based off of structure alone, you still have points of resistance up here as well. So based off like the median of these wicks right here, you gotta understand why the market is kind of like slowing down, because it just broke from out all of this selling pressure right here. But it's also testing, this type of resistance right here. But the whole time, you had support that was made right here. So this whole move could be a big ass retrace, but at the same time, you're maintaining uptrends on this daily time frame. So you want to understand that you want to be with current price, like I said, and in the now, and not so much in the future. All right.
You do that on all the like all the time frames, like the daily, the weekly. So
Yeah, I just go through and see what time frame looks best to me for structure wise. You know what I mean? Like I'll walk it down, like monthly, weekly, daily, and then I'll go like to the 4 hours, see if I can still see structure the way that I want to see it. And
you see how you start off you see how you start off those charts with the monthly, right? And it
right,
wasn't like say for instance you go to the daily and it's like like a different, like you use a different color line.
You said I start off on the monthly and then go to the daily and it's
But you
different.
use the you use the same color like to notify like which like is respecting a monthly zone a monthly
No, I
zone.
use different colors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I use different colors.
So basically, you kind of trade like how Q traded a little way
Yeah,
then.
I mean that's my mental. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying? And it works. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like it works. You know what I mean? So it's like if you're able to understand that style, you know, that certain style
Yeah.
and capitalize based off of you know, understanding candlestick analysis and technical analysis, then it's like, you know, you'll never be lost in structure, you know, if you truly know market structure, right? And you're sticking, you have a main analyzer time frame, right? Like, so to me, like EU looks good on H4 because I can clearly see, you know, break of resistance, you know what I mean? Another break of resistance up here, you know, so it's like I can mark off certain areas that I would want to take advantage of.
Okay. Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Certain points of support that I see respecting. You know, this whole area right here. You know, so just being able to be aware, like, all right, I had a break of resistance that happened here, gave me my high point. But overall, like you understand, you know that sellers could be coming into the market because of your higher time frame. But at the same time, like I said, it maintained making higher lows. Once you have that break of resistance, you understand you're in the counter trend, but you can flow along with that counter trend on these smaller time frames, such as your H4, H1, you know, and things like that, because you understand structure. So if I'm making higher low points, once I broke this point of resistance on this time frame, once I broke this point of resistance on this time frame, and I made that high point, you know, and I'm seeing how support is being held up. I'm taking advantage of these moves.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm being active on these moves because you understand structure. You understand that, like, all right, I'm at a higher low point. I made another lower high point right here, but at the same time, I understand that this area was never broken. So even when it's maintaining resistance, it was just in consolidation. It was just going sideways until it was ready to break out. All right. So I would have been anticipating buys all in this area and taking advantage of of this area if I was on this pair. You know, and then like I said, still understanding that the market still never, broke a major point of support. So my bias would have been buys until I seen another break of support, which would have had to break a certain area, like a major support, like right here, this area, same thing in this area, and so on and so forth. But just understanding, correlating that with your daily time frame, seeing especially once you had, certain breaks, been able to track certain breaks of resistance and correlate that with the higher time frame, seeing that you're making higher highs, seeing how bullish the candles look as well. I would have been looking for buys. You got resistance all back here as well. That's been, nothing but support. You know, so it's like that's how I see, the market and things of that nature. I just try to correlate. Like if my main analyzing time frame is the 4 hour, which it would be for me on this pair, like you said, then I would just stick to structure on the 4 hour, correlating that with my M30 time frame when I'm looking for entries. Now, when I'm ready to enter, for instance, right after we had some type of break and retest. Right. And I'm able to understand what the higher time frames are looking for and then correlate that with the lower time frames. And then also use candlestick analysis and market patterns to understand, what a double bottom is and things like that. Then I can actually be on my M30 time frame with my main structure. I could be on my M30 time frame and correlate my main structure in H4, and take advantage of certain areas, especially once I see, bullish engulfing variations and things like that. That's when I'm looking to enter, re-enter, and just monitor, my order, especially on my entry time frame being M30 and then H4. H4, I'm using for mainly candlestick analysis, seeing all these exhaustion zones that's been retested, already understanding that I seen the break, understanding that on my higher time frame, I'm at a higher low point area, you know, and that you just want to flow along with the direction that the market is in at that certain time, until you see, like I said, a major area of support that would have had to be broken here, a major area that could have been broken here, you know, and now the major area that we would be waiting to be broken would be like up in this area. But you're seeing, back to back resistance as well. So you're understanding that, the buyers are starting to get weaker in this market, but at the same time, um, the sellers, it's not enough sellers to actually push this market down because we're still maintaining a level of support. And that's what holds up an uptrend. Same way, like in a downtrend, the lower high points are what keeps the downtrend. The higher low points keep an uptrend. So my bias would still maintain being biased until I see anything looking different. And just having understanding, like when you're looking for TP areas, um, you want to use previous resistance areas or previous areas from your higher time frames, being that weekly and, monthly and stuff like that as those TP areas, so that way you can be like, all right, bet if you had caught this swing, or executed, orders somewhere within this swing, then you would have been able to actually let the market breathe, understanding that you're at a market manipulation point. You're at a point of resistance, a major point of resistance, and that is the weekly time frame, and you're seeing exhaustion in this area. So it just depends on, how like I said, the type of trader you are, if you're into like, scalping, swinging, that kind of thing. So that's EU. And what I like to also, use certain trendline opportunities, especially when you see the market begin to spread out like that. You can try to line things up as best as you can on your main analyzing time frame. So that way, you can understand when that selling pressure decides to kick in. Like once you got areas like this being broken, then you can see it form new support and then come up and give you that lower high point that'll let you know, like, all right, you know, it's now a seller's market type of thing. But until any of those transitions begin to happen, you know, I will just stick with my bias and my trading plan. Uh, GJ, it's the same thing really, but just going to like where current market is. Ever since with GJ, we've hit. Yeah, ever since we hit this level of support down here, you know, we've been nothing but really bullish. You know what I'm saying? Uh, we had this full 100 retracement based off of this move right here. It maintained, you know, the lower high pressure that we seen the sellers coming into the market. And but once we seen, like I said, this retest, this 400% retrace that happened right here, and also we had a break of resistance somewhere in this level, and then another break of resistance. You know what I mean? It's been nothing but bullish. You know, it's been giving me nothing but bullish vibes. You know, and I've been capitalizing, you know, off of some of these areas and just understanding, like I said, how to draw your trend lines. You know, what areas of opportunity look better for what you have going on, and how the type of trader you are. You know, me, I'm more intraday. You know, and just understanding, like I said, when you have certain breaks of resistance that happen, and being patient enough to wait and trust those retraces, especially when you're trading high volatile pairs. You know, you should always be looking, you know, to understand, you know, what is my risk, you know, depending on my risk to my reward ratio, right? So even to spread this out, because the TP would be up here, you know, based off that move. TP would be, you know, up in this area, this 14200 area. You know, that would be my set TP. You know, first TP could have been somewhere around here. Second TP could have been around here. But once you've seen that full retrace happen on this daily time frame, gave you that higher low point, that's clear right here. So even if you wanted to draw like a trend line right there, see if we can get a little closer on price. You know, lined up A, point B. You couldn't really take advantage of it as far as up in your lot size like that just because it's your point B or your trend line. But the fact that you got like this little double bottom pattern that if we go like on our H4, as you can see, gave you that double bottom pattern, broke this little area of resistance, this last little area of resistance right here on this time frame. Broke that little area of resistance right here, came back to give you that double bottom pattern that you could have been analyzing, especially seeing that, you know, you were at retracement level, and if you had that trend line drawn based off of this point, your point B, you've seen that the market was just coming and trying to get momentum. So I would have been analyzing that back and forth for my daily H4, you know, just seeing how those candles were closing, and also, of course, had like a little random line drawn, you know, just so I can understand where that lowest point of support is. I understand already where my highest point of resistance is. All right, so I'm working within this area. All right, so my point A, point B, point C. C turns to A while I'm on my way to negative 27, right? So H4 looks good. So we working off of H4. You know, I could have tried to track this selling pressure now, right? So when all of this started happening, could have been like, yeah, okay, it broke this point of resistance, but, you know, let me see what's going to happen next, you know, type of thing. Made another point of resistance. So once the market began to spread out, you know, using your trend lines, you know, actually to, so that's a counter trend line, we put it red. But yeah, using this, you know, your trend lines to see when that buying pressure is going to come back in the market. So when the buying pressure started to come back in and it didn't break, we already seen that it didn't break down here, and it started to give you, you know, that exhaustion in areas like this, just based off of These exhaustion levels. All right, we can go down to our M30 to get a little bit more detail. All right. So now we're down here, we're seeing everything clear, right? We're seeing the market is testing, only testing, doesn't want to break this area, gave you that bullish engulfing pattern, broke here. So then even if you wanted to just wait on this time frame, like I said, because you already know what's going on H4 by now. So then you're just waiting. Made a new point, new high on this time frame. You understand that you're about to get ready to flow with the main momentum off of H4, right? So you got your point A, point B, point C, 50%. Understand that the market is at a 50% level, meaning that it's neutral, but you understand that there's buyers in the market because you're seeing all of the bullish candles, and then on H4, you're also seeing nothing but big ass bullish candles, right? So you're not scared about this little retracement. You understand that it's just coming back to, you know, get more momentum, right? All right. So you could have had a confidence entry based off of this area right here. Confidence entry. You know, after this candle closes, waited for that little pullback, entered the market, stop loss. TP is what, negative 27. Stop loss at 110. So risk to reward looks good. So it's just about, you know, after that, it's just about how you maintain and, you know, those kind of things. But even if, like, say you didn't get in a confidence entry, you know, you waited for all of this to play out, and you took an entry somewhere up in here. Stop loss would have been right outside that support. TP still negative 27% or first side of resistance. You know, so you get a better entry by, you know, having confidence in what's going on and understanding candlestick analysis, understanding like certain areas been tested. Okay, 100% retracement, tested again, never broke. Okay, came back, tested a third time. Okay, it's ready to shoot. You know what I mean? Like, especially when you're seeing, like I said, all that exhaustion towards the downside, and you're seeing bullish candles with no wick, you know, that give you like variations and engulfing patterns. So, but either way, you know, you could flow along still off your H4 time frame too. If you wanted to transition into like a more swing mentality, and like I said, just understand that those retracements are going to come, especially when you're trading high volatile pairs. All right. So, any y'all got any questions or anything? No. All right. I'm gonna go to US 30. Okay. So even understand US 30 been like it's clear. You can just go to the daily. This isn't even a forex pair, industry. I understand it's been a clear uptrend. You know, been a clear uptrend. Um, you know, and don't ever think like it's a limit on how far, you know, the market can uptrend. Cause this shit can keep going up, up, up. You know what I mean? And you be that, don't be that person that's waiting on the fall and think, oh, just because it's a bearish candle, it's gonna be some resistance. Right? It's gonna be crazy count. Like, no, make sure you understand what your transitions are supposed to look like. Has to break a certain level of support, come back, and then make a lower high point. Then go out and understand if things are valid or not. So make sure you're taking your time and being patient within the market, and it'll be worth the while. When you take things to the max, it'll be worth the while. Don't be so risky. Don't be so quick to, oh, I got to trade it. It's a 23.6. Oh, that's risky. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, get it. Wait for a deeper retrace. Wait on the things that you want, so that way it's worth it when it plays out. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the mindset part that I'm talking about. You want it to be worth it. You spending all this time on the charts, analyzing, and being technical, doing your research, all of these things, and waiting on things to play out. It'll be worth it when it does. So just make sure that you're waiting on those moves that you're going to be more probable. You know what I mean? Because that's all this game is about. Being probable. Because you're gonna have, every trader has their losses and things like that, but it's about, how do you manage your risk, and how probable are you, how confident are you in your strategy, right? And just sticking to your trading plan. Yeah, so like I said, clear uptrend. Even if we wanted to go back to the daily, draw like a clear trend line. Try to angle some stuff out and see what's more relevant, right? Because you never want your trend line to be super steep. But you do want it to like respect price to a certain extent. All right, so even if it's like that for right now, right? Right, because this doesn't mean anything. So I want it to be as close to price as possible. So I can see like that momentum shift, especially when I'm on these higher time frames. And just to help me with a much larger outlook, right? And then it makes everything look, just that much more clean. As far as like, all right, I know exactly what kind of trend I'm looking for until something else happens, something that's not supposed to happen happens, right? So seeing my higher low points, I'm marking those off, seeing these low 23.6 areas. These are the major retraces right here. So, I definitely want to mark these areas off as far as my support. Really, I want to get it at one of the lowest areas possible. So make sure that support is being respected. Another area of support. Another area of major support. All right. And just understand what these price points are at too. So you can see like they're around like whole numbers, and pay attention to that kind of detail as well. All right. That way you understand where you are in the market. You understand what your market structure looks like. All right. You got H4 resistance broken. So you had resistance that was broken. These areas as well. All right. So it's easy to understand where, market prices is going. Even if you got to use like custom time frames or whatever, I feel like if you're able to, just don't make it hard, just understand your market structure. Understand when I say market structure, just in case. This is what I'm talking about. Major points in the market got to give you a directional bias, things that matter. you can actually see what's projected, what's going on, those kind of things, and being aware. Like I said, when you're looking for other kinds of projections, just being aware of what happened previous price in that previous area. So that way, when it comes to these areas, and you see, like I said, the market begin to slow down, things like that, you understand why. Like that could have been like a short TP area just for you to capitalize off that move if you knew what you was doing, or whatever the case is. Or if you already in this move, you could have understood like, okay, it broke this area, but at the same time, I understand that it's a lot of resistance up there. So, as long as it's maintaining higher low points on my entry time frame, and I have nothing to worry about. Like those kind of things to help you maintain the order as well. Um, yeah, but it's a clear uptrend. And following structure like beautifully for real. If you ask me, if you're patient enough, to wait on it, and it's worth it. It pays out because if you trade US 30, you don't gotta risk a lot. Like
You think quarter series will work with US 32?
I mean, I haven't applied it. Because to me, I just look at certain support and resistance areas. But when they are around certain quarter points, like I'll take that into consideration. But it's not something like I don't. Put it like this. I look at quarter points the same way I look at my trend lines, same way I look at random lines. Like all of my technicals are even. I don't put nothing above anything else. Like if I can use it, if it's a time for me to present it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in this area right here, and it's staying above. What's that? 27,500. I noticed that. It broke 27,500, stand above 27,500. I can highlight that area, go dig deeper into that area, see if it's actually being respected. You know, and if I have like some type of trend line opportunity as well on a lower time frame, such as like the M30 that correlates with all of those things, I'll use it. You know what I'm saying? Like I use it, but if not, you know what I'm saying? I'll just look at it like something else. Like, it's just another technical. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Main thing is like just knowing market structure. Like once you know market structure, you don't gotta worry about indicators and all those kind of things. Like it's basically because those are like the training wheels. So it's like you can take the training wheels off because you'll train your eye to already see certain things. You know what I mean? Yeah. So same bias with this is, your bullish bias. And I just be looking for, higher low points on my entry time frames, points of support that was previously respected. You know, and just be looking to like capitalize, off certain areas. So I understand I had support here at 88.6 on my entry time. Well, not my entry time frame, but the 1 hour. You know, seeing a form minor level of resistance here around the 61.8, but then created higher low points all around 78.6. So you're able and deep into your technicals and able to be dynamic. You know, you can take advantage of these areas. You know what I'm saying? Like understanding that like all of this is exhaustion. All of this is support. And these are the areas that you want to when you're looking to enter, be in, so that way you get that good risk to reward ratio. And the upside looks good. And just be okay with how candles form and be okay with seeing red. You know, like it's a part of the game. Like you got to understand the game that you playing. You want to be good at the game and last. You know, like longevity wise. You know, but at this time, like, do y'all want to show me? Y'all want me to look at some of y'all work or stuff?
I mean, ain't no pressure.
Huh?
Ain't no pressure.
All right, bet. I'm gonna make it so multiple people show their screen. All right, bet. It's a go.
I can see my screen right now.
Nah,
I don't know how to do this. I don't know.
It should be like the little green button at the bottom that says share screen. We'll click that joint. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm trying to look for it right now. Hold on. Let me see.
Like it should be like right on the same column where you can mute yourself, stop the video, chat, right in the chat. Or it should be like right there.
I want to see that. Hold on.
See it? You see it, bro?
Yeah, I see it.
All right. You want to share your screen?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't see that.
Um,
All right, bet. Yeah, because we ain't go over gold. So yeah, show me what you see on gold, bro.
all right. On gold, I was looking at the 4 hour.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't take any trades on this one today, but I was looking at it. It kept respecting this area right here, but I mean, I need to start working on from the top to down. But I seen that it was already still on a bullish run,
Right. Right.
and
And that's all. And sometimes that's all you need. You know what I mean? Sometimes those charts, the monthly and weekly, sometimes it's just like, yo, one look, I know what's going on. I know what I need to be looking for on the daily H4 type thing.
yeah, I think I seen that, and then I went to daily.
Mhm.
I mean, also, I feel like I have a problem with like being confident in what I see.
Mhm.
Sometimes I'll be like, all right, like I know this is gonna happen, but I'll just be like, because of course we've all lost money, right? So I'm like, damn, I'm not trying to lose any more money. So I'm about to just wait and see what happens. And then whole T, I'll be right. But
Bro, that happened so many times.
That's kind of like the same thing like I had on gold today, but I took a buy though.
Okay.
I took the buy,
Yeah.
but saying the same thing he saw is what I saw too.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I see. I see a bullish bias.
yeah, and then I just seen it respecting
So
this.
have y'all demo? Do y'all demo?
Yeah, I do it from time to time. I
Yeah,
still
that's what I'm saying. Y'all got to make sure that y'all demoing too. Like, just don't think just cause like you not live, like that demo and shit ain't
yeah
what.
I still run the demo once in a while.
You can easily demo and then transition to where as soon as you get your bread right, boom, you put the bread in an account and it's like you ain't missed a beat. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I would just say, just focus on. If you gonna trade gold, bro, trade gold, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, rarely look at anything else. Like, actually trade that shit. Like, don't, you know what I mean? Don't just be like, all right, I'm gonna trade it when everybody else is profiting off of it, or I'm gonna trade it when I only see something. You know, trade that shit anytime, bro. Like all the time. Like that should be like the pair that you're looking at 95% of the time. You know what I'm saying? If
Mm-hmm.
that's what you're gonna do. And that's why a lot of people can't stay consistent with the pairs that they trade, because it's like they'll be looking at that shit 50% of the time and then be looking at GU and then be looking at EU and then be looking at this and looking at, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
and that's real. Like even with Q, bro. Like when I say Q trade, when Q say trade one pair, bro, like he not telling you nothing that he's not doing. You
Yeah,
know, even if you really study,
that's,
bro.
that's what he told me. That's why I try to like dip in between like US 30 and GJ, but my main focus is
Totally
like
different. Totally different. You're talking about a forex pair in the
indicated.
in the fastest indice in the game. You know what I'm saying? So it's like two totally different playing fields. That's like two different sports. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So it's like, and that's how you gotta think of it, bro. Like each, not even just each digital currency, but these forex pairs, these indices, all of them have different relationships to the market and how they move and are manipulated differently. So it's like you gotta make sure that like if that's gonna be what you trading, bro, you trading that shit 95% of the time. Like, and that's what I was saying when Q was trading UJ, he was only trading UJ. When he was trading GJ, he was only trading GJ, and now he trading US 30. You don't see him post profits about nothing else. You don't see, because I'm telling you, that's what it is. Like you gotta really learn that pair, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying, and really put the time in to get the type of benefits that you want from the craft. You know.
Yeah.
So that way, it's like you can hop on this shit and look at this shit at any time, and your next projection. You know what you're looking for. You know what I'm saying, because you've been on it this whole time. You wasn't looking at gold and then went and looked at, went and tried to trade Euro, USD, or AU or something. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Telling you, bro, it'll cut the learning curve and it'll really help you with your consistency. And I'm not telling you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm telling you from the horse's mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like I promise you, bro. And it's gonna help with your psychology.
yeah.
All of that shit is gonna shape up once you just be like, all right, bet I'm gonna really on in and lock in. I'm gonna bet my money. Like even with Drew, bro. That's why he only trades GJ.
Yeah,
I'm
focus.
saying? Like
Yeah,
because win or lose, he gonna trade GJ, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because his probability level rates are a lot higher on GJ than if you tell him to go trade NAS 1000 or you know what I'm saying, NAS 100 whatever. You know what I'm saying? All kind of shit. Like he gonna be his probability drops because he don't know that pair the same way he know GJ. See what I mean? Like it's really a relationship that you build in with this market and with the currency pairs that you choose to trade.
Yeah. I didn't even trade this. I wish I did because it did exactly what.
Yeah, bro. Like
Yeah.
it's confluence all in that right there.
Yeah. Tread line 61.8.
Perfect trend line opportunity. You know.
But yeah, I feel like my main problem is like my mindset for real. Cause I'm not like I'll have the setup and then I won't be confident in the trade. Like I'll be like, yeah, I don't know. I'll be hesitant about it. Then I'll be in drawdown and I'll be like, is this like
That's part of the
yeah,
game.
I feel him on that because I be like that sometimes too. I be
Yeah.
like, damn, fuck. You feel me?
I feel it. I've been there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just part of the game, bro. And if that's the case, lower your risk.
Yeah.
Lower your risk. You know what I'm saying? Go in with a bigger size account. Like wait, demo and save up until you can get you like bro, a $750 to $1,000 account. You know, to where if you're doing, those point threes and point fives, you're not gonna be sweating. You know what I'm saying? Because your risk at that point is a lot different until you get more comfortable. You know,
yeah.
that's what I recommend is that just lower your risk. If you're gonna go in with a $500 account and you know that you're trading EU and gold, and it's like especially with EU, then it's like just fill the account out first. Do point ones your first 5 trades, and see how that ratio looks.
Yeah.
You know, get some more capital and then bump it up to your point threes and point five. Give yourself a raise. You know, think growth. You know, don't think so much. I gotta flip. I gotta think this. I
Yeah.
gotta turn this because your risk has to be leveled out. It has to be proportioned to whatever that PIP goal or that profit goal is. You know, you can't be like, oh yeah, I got $500 and I'm about to, but I want to make 7,000 in a day. You know what I'm saying? That risk goal, you don't have enough risk to do that in one trade. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to be disciplined and grow the account to a certain level. Be disciplined again to grow that account to a certain level. You know what I mean? And that's how you should look at it. Like, you know, like I said, so if you're trading 60% and you using point ones and your first 5 trades, you win, you know, 4 out of 5, you know, now you got extra capital to play with, you know, that wasn't your initial investment money, right?
So what's your thoughts on gold right now? Because right now I feel like it's respecting a level of resistance.
It's respecting it. I feel like it's
Yeah, I
respect.
feel like you see that level of resistance like right there from that bearish candle, right? Like go down a little bit. Like from if you draw like a line over, it's like respecting that right there.
Like this one.
That second bear, not that second that you know where that drop at? That that bearish drop?
Oh, this one.
Yeah. Like if you go up a little bit,
This one.
nah, go up a little bit, go up more. Like to the top. Yeah, right there. Go up a little bit, a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah.
this right here. This zone.
Bro, gold is bullish, bro.
Okay.
That's what I see. And you know, on H4 is bullish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it made higher low points. It's sustaining that support. It's at a minor level of resistance, yeah. But on the lower time frames, if it's still making higher low points, bro, it's gonna break through that. And you got your 4 hour moving averages crossing, respecting that one. What's that?
30.
30.
Yeah. I mean, I'm seeing,
That
I'm seeing it.
30 for the end.
It just made a higher high point on the 30-minute level. I mean, on the 30-minute time frame.
Right here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at this point,
It's just testing that point of resistance. It's testing that 1950 area.
at this point, would you let's say you will, if you were going to trade this again, would you wait for it to break this area and retest it?
Yeah,
And
I will wait for some type of retracement because
okay.
it's already in the middle of the move.
Move, yeah.
Yeah, you would be buying at resistance.
Another thing about me too, like I'm not like when to get out. You feel me? Like I was thinking about like, damn, this shit pushing up. You know, I should let it hold back. But you see where that big bullish candle at, and that it come down to do a little retrace.
Yeah,
I got that right there because I got too like, a little paranoid.
that's where
Like,
you're
damn,
supposed to get in, honestly.
yeah, I
Based off
should have.
based off of how that is off of that retrace. Like if you didn't get in at the bottom at that 1910 between that
Yeah,
19,
that's how I got it at over there down there.
yeah, no, if you got in there, then you was good. But no, I wouldn't have. That's when you got to stick to your higher time frame bias and understand that you trading gold, bro. That shit do some crazy shit.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like
that shit do some crazy ass shit, dog.
like it's gonna fluctuate for sure. But it's about main directional bias. You know what I mean? And understanding what that means. Like, what's my main directional bias? It's for that shit to go up. So I'm in a market. The money is gonna fluctuate. It's gonna go blue. It's gonna go red. It's gonna go blue again. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna do that, bro. But it's like you able to have that confidence in your analysis, and the money's gonna be there waiting for you. Honestly,
Yeah.
you just gotta put the time in and just be patient enough to let your shit play out.
So, would you enter on this would you go to where would you enter on this?
You got an entry opportunity on M30 right there. that bullish variation where it came down, gave you that long exhaustion,
Mm.
yep, closed, and then it gave you that retest. Once it gave you that retest of that support, you in.
This one right here.
Yeah.
So you would go down to even a smaller time frame to see that?
Yeah, if I'm on gold, I would. Yeah, definitely. I want as less drawdown as possible. And then
Oh,
you see how the relationship between your moving averages, how it gave you that exhaustion candle right on your movement, your blue MA. Yeah, man, like all of those are good signs for entry.
all right, bet. I mean, that's all I got. Jay, did you want to show him something about
Nah, that's basically like the same thing I'm working on, bro. Same
Yeah,
exact thing.
bro. Trust yourself, bro. Trust yourself, bro.
Same thing, bro. Same exact thing, bro.
Trust
Same thing.
yourself, bro.
I feel like I just got out too early on this move,
Yeah,
man. You
you
feel me?
gotta be
I
cool.
wasn't trusting it enough. You feel
You
me?
gotta be cool with how the candles close, bro. Like
Yeah,
be cool with waiting until shit close and understand that shit can look any kind of way. But what is the volume of the candles telling me?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that shit's still pushing up. You know what I'm saying? Especially on the high. Like when it start to correlate with the lower time frames and the higher time frames, you know you got something good. Man.
yeah, how long I've been looking at gold and I missed this. This shit just really blew me, to be honest.
Nah, but it shouldn't though. It shouldn't because you know what I'm saying? You know what you're looking at. And there's always gonna be another move, bro. I promise you that. Like it's always gonna be another move.
I feel like it's gonna push past that line and we test it and go back up.
It's always gonna be another entry, bro. It's gonna be somebody else that's like, all right, I'm gonna get in here, I'm gonna sell here. Like I promise you, always another entry opportunity. You just gotta be patient enough and have the insight. Uh, y'all straight, man.
Yeah, we good.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, that's the bet, man. I appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, appreciate it, for real.